I used to look around and think, wow, everyone's moving forward except me. I'd compare myself to people talking about goals, big incomes, new phases. It felt like my success was always one step behind. My fault, my traumas, lost time. Until I realized I wasn't behind. I was comparing my race to the wrong tracks. Because not all progress is visible. Some quiet victories, mindset, routine, presence, don't make it to the feed, but they're the engine that truly moves life. And if you feel like you should be further ahead, but aren't feeling progress, maybe you're looking in the wrong place. In this video, I'm going to show you how to refocus your eyes on invisible, yet real, wins, why comparison destroys, and how to turn it into a compass, how to celebrate your journey, step by step, on your own timeline. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because what's coming next will remind you that your time is yours, and that legacy doesn't have to show up on Instagram. 1. I used to mistake silence for failure, until I learned real progress is quiet. There was a time when I asked myself every day, am I wasting my time? It felt like if I wasn't sharing big wins, then I wasn't living anything meaningful. But then, really looking at my routine, I saw I was building new habits. I was healing old patterns. I was learning to say no. I was getting out of autopilot. And all of that is victory. Silent victory. The problem is, we've been taught to only validate the noise and ignore the invisible. Today, I look back and see that those stagnant phases were actually preparation, recalibration, foundation, because anything that grows too fast, without roots, collapses. And I wanted to grow in a way that lasts. Comment. My silence builds too. If you've ever felt like you're doing a lot on the inside, even without outside recognition. 2. I stopped measuring myself with rulers that were never made for me. For a long time, I tried to fit in. I followed standard goals, other people's timelines, ready-made ideas of success. And even when I achieved something, the feeling was the same. Incomplete, disconnected, empty. It was only when I started asking, who made this ruler? Why am I chasing something that doesn't even represent me? That's when it clicked. I wasn't late. I was on a path that wasn't even mine. Today, my goals are based on what I want to experience, not on what others expect to see. And that changes everything. My deadlines are real, and my goals match my pace. My success looks like me, not someone else's mold. Comparison only paralyzes us when we forget to honor our own path. Comment. My ruler, my pace. If you've realized that true success can't be copied, it's built from within. 3. I turned comparison into clarity and stopped sabotaging myself with disguised envy. Every time I saw someone making it, my first reaction was to shrink. She has more discipline. She got lucky. She had advantages. Or worse, I'll never make it. But then I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't mad at them. I was mad at seeing myself stuck. That's when I changed my focus. I stopped using others as a mirror to hurt myself and started using them as a compass to guide myself. Now, when I see someone growing, I ask, what about her inspires me? What part of that do I want for myself? What's the next step that takes me in that direction? Comparison isn't the problem. The problem is what we do with it. And I chose to turn discomfort into action. Comment. I use comparison as a map, not a prison. If you're ready to use what you see in others as a push, not a break. 4. I accepted that my pace is slower, but my path is stronger. It took me a while to accept that I operate differently. That while some people run, I need to walk. That my way of learning, growing, thriving is different. At first it hurt, because it felt like I was always falling behind. But then I realized, speed doesn't guarantee arrival, and what grows slowly grows with roots. Today, I'm not in a rush. I'm grounded in purpose. And every step I take, I know exactly why I'm taking it. I plan even when no one's watching. I pull back even when the world expects performance. I choose steadiness over speed, and that gave me peace. Because I understood that getting there fast isn't better than getting there whole. Comment. My pace is my power. If you've ever felt guilty for moving slowly, but know you're heading firmly in the right direction. 5. I stopped waiting for motivation and started acting with consistency. Some days I'd wake up excited, full of ideas, ready to make things happen. But most days, I just wanted to stay in bed. And then came the frustration. Why am I like this? Why is it so hard to stay focused? That's when I learned a hard truth. Motivation is fleeting. Consistency is what sustains progress. Today, I don't rely on being excited to take action. I rely on structure, on small routines that keep me grounded, on simple goals I can stick to, even on tough days. It's not about doing a lot at once. It's about doing a little every day, even when it feels like not much. And that little added up becomes power. Comment. I don't wait to be ready. I build myself in the process. If you've realized that daily discipline matters more than any burst of excitement. 6. I learned to value small wins. Because they're what hold me up, I used to think I could only celebrate when something big happened. A promotion, a record-breaking income, a huge leap. And because of that, I was always frustrated. But one day, writing down my progress in a notebook, I realized big achievements only happen because many small ones stack up. Today, I celebrate when I stick to a routine that used to sabotage me. I choose mindful rest instead of pointless pressure. I say no to things that distracted me from my focus. I save money where I used to spend impulsively. These wins are invisible to outsiders, but they're the foundation that supports everything big I'll achieve. And each one deserves respect, recognition, and a place in my memory. Comment. My small victories sustain my success. If you understand that celebrating the journey is what gives you breath to reach the destination. 7. I distanced myself from those who made me feel behind and got closer to those who helped me grow. For a long time, I surrounded myself with people who amplified my feelings of inadequacy. People who compared me, rushed me, devalued me. People who planted doubt when all I needed was encouragement. Until one day I realized I wasn't behind. I was in the wrong environment. Today, I choose to be around those who respect my timing, celebrate my progress even if it's small, challenge me with love, not pressure. And that shift made all the difference. Because when we change our environment, we change our perspective. And when we change how we see ourselves, we change everything we allow ourselves to experience. Comment. I deserve to be where I'm nurtured, not compared. If you've realized the right environment doesn't rush you, it strengthens you. 8. I realize success has no single shape and no fixed deadline. I used to believe that to succeed, I had to follow a model, the same schedule, the same steps, the same formula everyone claimed was ideal. But the more I tried to fit in, the more disconnected I felt from myself. Until I understood, there isn't just one path to fulfillment, there are many. And mine is valid, even if it looks different. Today I embrace my unconventional choices, my alternative paths, my longer timelines, my decisions that seem odd to others but make perfect sense to me. And you know what I found? The more true I am to my own way, the more real results I get, with lightness. Because true success can't be copied. It's built with identity. Comment. My success has my signature. If you're done following formulas that don't work for you, and ready to create your own blueprint. 9. I chose to trust the process, even when the results haven't shown up yet. Maybe the hardest moment in my journey was keeping going even without seeing any return. It was like watering an invisible seed, doing everything right, and harvesting nothing. But that's when I realized, not seeing results doesn't mean I'm stuck. It means I'm cultivating. Today, I stay consistent with my habits, even without applause. I study. I save money. I take care of myself. I stay focused, because I know the result comes after repetition, after maturation, after patience. And this trust gave me peace, because I stopped demanding instant proof and started building based on internal certainty, not external validation. Comment. I trust the root, even before the fruit, if you feel you're doing your part, and just need to keep going. 10. I accepted that my right time is mine, and I'm not late, I'm in progress. For years, I raced against an invisible clock, trying to hit goals that no one gave me, but that I believed I had to reach, and every delay made me doubt myself. But one day, alone in silence, I asked myself, late for who? And the answer changed everything. Because I understood no one's lived what I've lived. No one feels what I feel. No one knows my journey like I do. So how could anyone say where I should be by now? Today I honor my process, respect my cycles, and celebrate the fact that I'm aware, awake, and committed. I'm not late. I just stopped running other people's races and started building my own. Comment. My time is sacred if you're done chasing clocks that don't belong to you and ready to live at your own pace. After everything I've been through, I've learned to stop measuring myself with urgency. I've learned that comparison is only useful if it inspires, never if it shrinks me. And most of all, I've learned that true growth isn't immediately visible. I'm not behind, I'm aware. I'm freeing myself from patterns that once caged me. I'm choosing routes that make sense. I'm creating a reality that will last. That's power. If you've made it this far, it's because you have the same seed inside you. The desire to be true to who you are. the courage to keep moving, even slowly, and the wisdom to know your time is unique and sacred. Comment, I'm on my right time, if this video reminded you of all you've already built in silence. And of course, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this with another woman who needs this truth today.